Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the first installment of I actually don't know. I need help from you guys. I need you to come up with a catchy name for my series, my summer series, where essentially every Sunday you will get a video of me testing a foundation. So there will be foundations that are from the drugstore, that are a little bit more expensive. Foundation reviews every single Sunday. I don't want to call it Foundation Sunday. It kind of makes me think of a church thing, and it's nothing to do with that. If you have a good idea for what we could call it, then make sure to leave your comment down below. But today, this is the first installment, this is the first video. Today I will be testing the Revlon Colorstay 24 Hours Wear Combination and Oily Foundation. So if you would like to know how well it covers my acne, how well it stays on my skin, how does it combat my oils throughout the day, if you would like to see that, then just keep on watching. I find it hilarious sometimes how I genuinely sound like an infomercial, like, if you would like to see this, then just keep on watching. Don't you think? No? As always, I will read a couple of claims before I put this foundation on, so we know what to expect. The formula delivers a flawless matte finish and is oil-free and fortified with SPF 15 to help protect your skin. Provides medium to full buildable coverage, offered in 43 shades, and wears up to 24 hours. Flawless look, lightweight feel. I actually do enjoy taking these off. It's got the dotted line thing, and it's not going to peel against the dotted line thing. That was so unsatisfying. I'm gonna give it a shake. I always give my foundations a shake just in case they sit on the shelf. This has a 30 ml of product, very standard. Oh, does it not have a pump? Oh, it had another security thing. Come on, I just want to get into my foundation. What was that? Foundation. Let's just twist. It has a pump. Today I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty lid to pour my foundation out. I'm going to pump out 2 full pumps. The foundation is reasonably thick. I'm gonna start with a sponge, as always. Dab, dab, dab till my face looks fab. Oh, just looked into the lights. Oh, I'm blinded. I can't see anything. Why did I not zoom it in? Oh my god! I'm so annoyed. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I'm so annoyed. This was going way too well and I forgot to zoom it in. But I'm just going to leave it at that and zoom in post-production. Okay, so this is my face with 1 layer of the foundation in comparison to my bare face. I would say this is very standard medium coverage. It does say it's going to be buildable, but I'm going to let this set. Foundations do layer a little bit better, especially matte ones, if they are set first. Most of them do anyway. Sometimes they pick up the first layer, but we'll see if that happens here as well. I'm going to use a brush on the other side just to give it a try. I'm not a fan of brushes to put my foundations on, but sometimes they do look a little bit better. This one will not. It's streaky, so I'm just going to go back to my sponge. It's a very quick test. And this is the coverage on the other side. I used both of my pumps, however I do want to build the coverage, so I will pump out 1 more pump. Let's see how this builds. It builds into a high, medium, light, full coverage. This is definitely not a full coverage foundation. Not my idea of full coverage. You can still see the discoloration of my spots and a little bit of redness in my cheek area. This is my face after 2 layers of the foundation. I kind of like this. It does feel very lightweight. It is matte finish, but more of like a demi matte, so this should work. However, I'm going to cream bronze, and I always use the Revolution matte base stick in 13.5. It works just fine, no problems with it. The foundation blends in with the cream contour, or the cream contour blends in with the foundation. Yeah, I had no issues with that whatsoever. I really like it. Let's move on to concealer. For my concealer today, I will be using Liquid Camouflage from Catrice. I haven't used this in a while and I do love it. I'm going to Poland, so I'm excited for new makeup. I will definitely be bringing back a couple of bits and bobs for me to try out. And again, the concealer blended in like a dream. There's no separation anywhere. Like I said, the foundation has more of like a skin-like finish, which helps all the other formulas to blend in. I will set my eyes with the Fenty Beauty powder. It even powders nicely. I really like this foundation so far. And because this isn't fully matte, I will powder my forehead. My sponge was a little bit too wet and it picked up the foundation off my nose, but that's my fault. After powdering my face, I like to take a brush, and with that excess I kind of powder the rest of my face. It does look very matte at the moment. We'll see each other in 2 hours and I'm sure I will not be as matte as I am at the moment. Let's get on with the day. It is 10:27, 10:30. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and I shall see you in 2 hours. 2 hours in, yes, I did change my top, and I have a lot of good things and a couple of bad things to say about this already. It has only been 2 hours, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this foundation has settled into my smile lines. You guys, my smile lines are not that deep at all. I never have this line or this. This is a scar. This small one right here, and it looks quite cakey around my mouth. Yeah, and in this area it doesn't look too bad on my forehead. It did collect in some of the lines, but it's not like horrendous. This is just straight up shocking to me. My nose looks fine. The coverage is the same. As for oils, I look great. No oil. Holds really nicely. I shall see you in 2 more hours. Hour number 4, you guys, and look at my face. I don't look oily whatsoever. If anything, in this area, like in the center of my face, I look not even dewy. It's more like a skin-like finish. There's like barely any shine. Doesn't change the fact it's emphasizing my smile lines. Apart from that, I'm shocked. There's a little bit of foundation missing around here, but I do have a double chin and it's probably on my top. Yes, it is. My double chin rubs that area off pretty quickly. However, if you look at like my cheek and pretty much my jaw, it's still there, so it's holding up really, really well. Let's keep going. This looks really nice. I am shocked. Whoa. 6 hours in, what do you think, you guys? Because honestly, I'm actually slightly mind blown. I can finally see that my skin is getting a little bit more oil, like the oil is coming to the surface, but it still looks fine. I don't like this. What's going on here? You can see the lines. There are lines cracking above my lip. A little bit of cakiness, but how this formula keeps my oil at bay just blows my mind. I kind of wish it didn't crease as quickly as it did on around my mouth, because I kind of want to say it's a good foundation, but I simply can't because of all these things. I'm kind of wondering whether I did something wrong, but I did everything exactly the same as I do with every test. There's no primer. I moisturized. I did let my moisturizer soak in really nicely, so it's not like I did something wrong. When I look at myself in the camera, it doesn't look bad. Like from far away, it looks really good. So if you don't mind looking cakey, then it's alright. I might have to use a little bit less product around my mouth next time. Let's keep going because I'm not gonna blot. Yeah, we shall see whether I get nice and oily on our number 8, because so far I look great. I feel great. It makes me feel great. Our number 8, and I'm finally gonna blot because as you can see, I am starting to get very oily to the point where my foundation right here is becoming very movable, and every single time I touch it, it comes off. Once I get rid of that oil, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, this is the paper, a fair bit of transfer, but reasonable. The foundation didn't seem to come off after that blotting. For 8 hours, this looks really good. Really, really good. Let's keep going. 8 hours in, and whoa, you guys, this really is a long-lasting foundation. In my opinion, this could compete with Maybelline Full Coverage in the longevity department. There's barely any rub off when it comes to the foundation. There is like this little spot right here because of the oils coming to the surface and it being movable. But look at my face. I've only blotted once today and it is 8th hour. Wow, wow, wow. Honestly, I'm surprised that I like this so much. It's not as full coverage as I personally like it, but if you are more of like a medium, like a slight full coverage girl, then, or a boy, this is great. Controls oils nicely. We shall see in a couple of more hours, but I don't know what to say. Remember how in the last clip I said it was our number 8? It wasn't, it was our number 10, and currently it is our number 12. Before I say anything else, before I finalize this video, I need to blot because I can't even take myself seriously. That's how greasy I am. I did only blot once today, so surprising to me. Give me a second and I'll be right back. Of course there's transfer, but it's the end of the day. I'm going to take this off in a minute. What are my thoughts on this foundation? Well, despite its cakiness around my mouth, despite the fact it collected in my fine lines, these lines that never crease on me, despite all of that, it's actually not a bad foundation. You will find that at the drugstore you have to make compromises, whether they are coverage wise, whether it's longevity, whether it's, there is something always that's not going to make the foundation perfect. The only foundation for me that comes close from the drugstore is the L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation. Like I said, I only blotted once today and that's like mind-blowing. The foundation still looks good. Of course, it did wear off a little bit. It doesn't look as fresh anymore, but it looks really, really good. So if you do have a combo / oily skin, you might genuinely like this. If you don't need as much coverage, or this type of coverage is satisfactory for you, then go ahead, go buy it. Really good overall. I like this. Make sure to leave the foundation Sundays. I want a different name. I want a cool name for these series. Leave your suggestions down below. Please and thank you. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best.